Zombie enthusiasts rejoice, celebrating 40 years of the return of the living dead. Horror movie news, published 3 hours ago. 4 decades have passed since the legendary Dan O'Bannon brought us one of the most captivating zombie flicks ever, The Return of the Living Dead. Though the film first hit theaters on August 16, 1985, its devoted fan base continues to honor the movie by revisiting it annually, typically watching on or around July 3rd and 4th. This special timing isn't arbitrary. It matches the film's timeline, which unfolds from 5:30 p.m. Eastern on July 3rd, 1984, continuing into the early morning hours of the 4th. To mark this milestone, both the movie's 40th anniversary and the 41st anniversary of the film's events, Bull Airs is launching pre-orders for 2 exclusive Return of the Living Dead themed sneakers. Check out the Punk Caddy Shorthorn Low Top here, hats, and the tag speaking up forting big pops, and the Tarman Shorthorn Low Top. These sneakers are refocusing on the corset, timing when you see Tigoes to flies at the razor blade too. Shaping up to contemporary takeaway we haven't seen often people go by it in so pre-merchant. The reschedule face again a sub than a deal sipit. It's a very obvious no, and Bull Airs isn't new to the horror-inspired footwear game. They've previously released designs paying homage in films like Puppet Master, the NES-adapted version of Friday the 13th, and A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. Currently, they also offer sneakers inspired by Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. This iconic film's origins are equally fascinating. The roots of The Return of the Living Dead trace back to Night of the Living Dead alums Rudy Ricci, John A. Russo, and Russell Streiner, who initially crafted the story as a sequel to Night of the Living Dead. Dan O'Bannon then took the reins, completely transforming the narrative. The plot centers on a scene where Foreman Frank introduces new recruit Freddy to a clandestine military experiment in a supply warehouse. When they accidentally release a gas that reanimates the dead, the resulting outbreak leads to gruesome, flesh-eating zombies terrorizing Louisville, Kentucky. The ever-resourceful Frank and Freddy must fight for their survival, aided by their boss and a mysterious embalmer. The film features an ensemble cast, including Clu Gulauther, James Karen, Don Calfa, and Linnea Quigley, among others. Are you planning to grab a pair of Bull Air's Return of the Living Dead sneakers? Share your thoughts or surprising insights in the comments below. About the author, Horror News Editor. Favorite movies, their Friday the 13th series, Kevin Smith films, George A. Romero's cinematic works, including his original Dead trilogy, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Parts 1 and 2, Flesh Eater, Intruder, Letting the Right One In, Return of the Living Dead, The Evil Dead, Jaws, Tremors, From Dusk Till Dawn, Phantasm, Halloween, The Hills Have Eyes, Back to the Future trilogy, Dazed and Confused, the James Bond series, Mission Impossible, and the MCU. Just to name a few. Interests, movies, horror, 80s slashers, podcasts, animals, traveling, exploring Brazil, the Cinema Wasteland Convention, classic rock, Led Zeppelin, Kevin Smith, George A. Romero, Quentin Tarantino, the Coen brothers, Richard Linklater, Paul Thomas Anderson, Stephen King, Elmore Leonard, James Bond, Tom Cruise, Marvel Comics, and the Grindhouse and Drive-In era.